2024, the year where we got the S24 liner, the 16 series, and the Pickle 9s. But most importantly, the S24 Ultra was crowned the best phone of the year alongside the 16 Pro Max as the best camera of the year by yours truly, MKBHD. Look, when you think about large, respectable tech journalists, you'd be expecting them to, well, not glaze. But come on, there's more phones to Android than the S24 Ultra, like the Vivo X200
Pro, especially. So, like, I didn't even review this phone.
I swear I'm not an armchair tourist debater. Ah yes, the Samsung Galaxy Ultras, the phone that's supposed to have the absolute best. The best AMOLED display, the best zoom, and even a built-in stylus. Many of these YouTubers are touting that this is the best phone of 2024, but we beg to differ. Today we'll be exploring the 4 pillars of smartphone: quality, cameras, software, and performance to answer whether or not the S24 Ultra is worthy of the phone of the year. Let's dive in. When we talk about build quality, all 3 factions aren't skimping on anything. Well, technically yes, because the Pixel is completely made of aluminum. Ignoring the Pickle, it doesn't end there. Although on the surface both the Ultra and the iPhone share titanium, only the frame of the Ultra is actually that material. Call me petty, but look at this! Why are the buttons pink? Well, that's because they're aluminum. I don't necessarily like the fact that I can visibly distinguish the different hues in the aluminum buttons and titanium body. But ignoring this, I still hate both titanium finishes. Not only they feel sticky, but arguably look less premium than even the Pixel, which between the 3, I'd have to give the Pixel here the win, purely based on the fact I find the finish more appealing. In terms of durability, I've only really used the Ultra caseless, and my fears of the titanium not being scratch resistant have come through. Though surprisingly, despite every possible surface of the Ultra bearing scratches, the display with its class-leading atomic nanotechnology anti-reflective Gorilla Glass is unscathed. It's even unscathed by light itself. Did they harness the power of a black hole? But this is just something interesting that I wanted to note, as I can't directly compare this to other phones because I haven't used them caseless. If I had to rank these, the iPhone's attention to detail reigns supreme with symmetry throughout, and everything visible being titanium. The Pixel follows purely in-hand feel, and as it is my preference in general aesthetic, and the Samsung is last because of its crooked SIM card tray, and obviously mismatching metals, and kind of uninspiring camera layout. It looks like a traffic light. But let's be real here, nobody is looking at the back of their phone. Unless they have an anime girl plastered on the back, or a whole ass second screen on the back, or a case that says like and subscribe. These videos cost us a lot of money, and YouTube ain't paying us until we get 4,000 watch hours. Do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button, and pause the video right now to leave a comment on which phone you think will win. With that being said, back to the video, once you've left the comment. What people actually look at are the displays, and this year, like last year and the year before, Samsung continues to impress with its eye-blistering brightness and glorious anti-reflective display. Win-win for Samsung? Not so fast. What most influencers failed to recognize is the Ultra's display is not perfect. The S24 Ultra exhibits display grain similar to that of the iPad Pro's tandem OLED, as we discussed in our videos in the past. This admittedly is not as noticeable to the naked eye, but it isn't an isolated case. The Rogue Phone 8, for example, has this issue, and allegedly also the Steam Deck. Now, I'd normally turn a blind eye to an issue that isn't commonly reported or noticeable to the general consumer, but the fact is neither the iPhone or the Pixel have any signs of this problem. This isn't helped by the fact that the color space management on the Ultra is also not great, with color banding present in gradients. Yikes. Fortunately though, for the Ultra, it does have the highest PWM rate out of the 3 phones, and can get quite dim for night usage. The iPhone, although cannot get as bright as the Ultra or Pixel, handles color space the best. It also gets much dimmer than the aforementioned phones, with the Pixel being way too bright for nighttime usage. To rank these phones, despite the Galaxy's shortcoming, I still put it at first place, followed by the iPhone at second and the Pixel at third. Now, for the speakers, get your audiophile hats ready. The Samsung is very forward, very bright. It has bass present, but the extension is nowhere near the iPhone or Pixel, but its clarity in highs is class leading. The Pixel and iPhone trade blows with a more safe, warm sound signature, but the Pixel is doing some weird mixing where the left and right channels bleed into each other. In layman's terms, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is the best speaker, followed by the Pixel and then the Galaxy. Android or iOS, it's a much debated topic, but the debate ends here. iOS is simply smoother, with the Samsung edging the Pixel with interruptible animations. Kind of. The Pixel, well, it flashbangs you with the quote-unquote smoothest Android experience. In terms of ranking, I put the iPhone first, the Samsung second, and the Pixel third. In other words, iOS is just smoother. But by no means better! File management, especially if connecting to external devices, is absolutely atrocious. It is 2024. The iPad has a calculator. The iPhone is faster than the M1 iPad, but there's no eject button in the Files app. Not to mention, iOS likes to kill every single app you want to run in the background. So all that power being faster than M1 is absolutely useless. There's still no multitasking and no background downloads. Unless you're playing Genshin.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work? Okay. Yes, I acknowledge the dynamic island is a creative way to multitask, and it is literally smoother than anything on Android. But it's really there to hide the huge double whole pill combo on the top. So even though iOS does feel nice to use, it's just a facade that falls apart the moment you try to do anything meaningful. Now, in terms of Android, the Pixel has the cleanest functional layout, but it is quite limiting. You can do split-screen multitasking, but obviously not what Samsung can do. As much as I hate One UI's inconsistent design language, the ability to do whatever you want is its saving grace. Want to have floating windows and the ability to move them around or dock them, or even have a tablet app switcher? You can do that. How about a system-wide EQ, or customizing your audio controls to individual apps? You can also do that. Now, admittedly, the implementation of these extra features aren't so much tightly integrated, and they feel more so slapped on extras, because they are. You need to install an external module called GoodLock to get any use out of it. With that being said, the customizability is pretty much endless. The Pixel still relies on third-party launchers and developer settings to get anywhere close. Meanwhile, Apple is getting close. Or, well, they're doing their best. Oh, and let's not forget, the Ultra also has the mighty S Pen. As an artist myself, I do find the S Pen to be absolutely clutch when I need it. The ease of quickly getting a sketch down or even working on an artwork on the go is something I always miss when jumping ship from the Ultra. Heck, if I can make this drawing with it, it's good enough. Now, I definitely don't use it as a magic wand, or 24/7 for that matter, but it's always something I miss when I don't have it. Yes, the S24 Ultra has a sleeve and a trick up it as well. You can use the S Pen as a remote for various gestures, like the camera. Now you can wave it around like Harry Potter and cast spells like Expelliarmus or Disappear. The ranking here is clear. Samsung takes the win, followed by the iPhone and Pixel. Both of their operating systems just can't keep up to Samsung's One UI. Camera hardware is one thing, camera software is another thing. Comparing the specs, the S24 Ultra seems to be the winner here. The Ultra has a 1x with 200 megapixels. It also has an extra 3x lens to cover the loss in optical range, which the iPhone and Pixel don't have. Its 5x telephoto is also amazing zooming into close-up objects, which is especially required if you are a business owner who needs to take photos of products. The Pixel and the iPhone just cannot compete on that front. But while the actual cameras are good, something is just a bit off with the way the Ultra uses them. The Pixel has much better color processing, while the processing on the S24 Ultra just looks weird. Look at these weird phantom shadows and shifted colors. This doesn't get any better, especially when you enable night mode. And in this mode, the Samsung is even more cooked, with the phantom shadows being even worse and the shifted colors being worse. However, the Samsung does have another trick up its sleeve, and no, it's... However, the Samsung does have another trick up its sleeve, and no, it's not the S Pen, it's Pro Mode. Yes, in this mode you will need to manually grade your photos, but combined with the optics Samsung has and its sheer versatility with the amount of cameras covering multiple focal lengths, the iPhone and Pixel just cannot compete. And in my opinion, this combined with the S24 Ultra's superior minimum focus distance nets the Samsung the edge win in photos. Buy you in my own country! In terms of performance on paper, the S24 Ultra sounds crazy, and the upcoming S25 Ultra is even crazier. Now, do I sound like I'm glazing? Yes? Maybe? Possibly? Potentially? But benchmarks are a lie. In the real world, the S24 Ultra is not so hot. Or, well, it is. Really, really hot. In Genshin Impact, the initial performance is 60 FPS, which then drops down to about 40, then 35. The Pixel is... well... anime. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is flawless in comparison, getting 60 FPS throughout the game. Obviously, the ranking here will affect our ranking, the iPhone taking the clear win, followed by the Samsung and the Pixel. However, remember how the iPhone can't multitask? Yeah, but who does that anyway? Samsung DeX allows you to get a, well, desktop experience on any monitor or TV wirelessly, if it supports it. It is something that neither the iPhone or Pixel can do. Yes, the Pixel can technically do it, but I wouldn't really want to. What's the point of this, you may be asking? Well, if you want to do some admin work like word processing, web browsing, you can do it on your phone. Except it's connected to a wireless monitor. Admittedly, it is quite gimmicky, but if you want to turn your phone into the ultimate gaming PC replacement thing, I guess you could also do that. Video coming soon. In all seriousness though, the iPhone is still the clear winner in terms of performance, followed by the Samsung and then the Pixel. So for the moment you've all been waiting for, is the S24 Ultra the phone of the year? Well, no, the iPhone actually won, which contradicts my own opinion, as I did sell the iPhone and switched to the Galaxy. In all seriousness, this video was more of to show you the differences between the phones, to make you also think a little bit more critically, as there are different aspects that each phone excel at. The iPhone is a luxury experience. It does have a good camera and super smooth software, but the moment you try to do anything out of scope, it has some major deal breakers. The Pixel is the best point and shoot experience, but it falls short of everything else. While the S24 Ultra is by no means a winner of all the four pillars, it is never the loser. The problem with the iPhone and Pixel are they are curated for one aspect, rather than being adaptable to all. The S24 Ultra, on the other hand, is the jack of all trades and the master of none. Anyways guys, thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I need that like 2-second retention at the end of the videos. Can't have like an outro. Can't have an outro. Can't have an outro. Check out the Discord link in the description below and join so I can like scream about the garbage stuff that I bought, like this mouse pad. Like, check out this mouse pad. Come here. Check out this mouse pad. It's stretched. It's awful. I don't even like Genshin Impact. I mean, GPU.